Hey guys, it is now Tuesday afternoon. It is almost 12:45 Central Time. Going live here. Wanted to do a little bit of a market report. I am Tricia Turner with Real Brokerage and our company, the Tricia Turner Group. I am a broker here in the Houston area, and I want to go over a little bit of a housing report for the Houston area. Number one, if you're a real estate agent, you're not paying attention to this market, you should be. And if you don't know how to understand the market and interpret the market, make sure you're with a broker that's helping you and or a company. If you're a home buyer out there, you need to be paying attention to this market. Also, it is an amazing time for you to be a home buyer right now, not because interest rates are the greatest, because they're not because anything is good as far as like home insurance, property taxes, all of that. You'll see most of that is escalated in most areas, at least certainly in the Houston, Texas area, which is where I am. But what you're seeing right now is homes sitting on the market. Are there pockets of areas where homes are getting multiple offers? Yes. Are there pockets of areas where homes are selling over list price? Yes. But that's far and few in between. Is the market hot in some areas? Yes. You're seeing, though, a lot of homes failing to sell, a lot of homes sitting, a lot of sellers are in financial situations. A lot of the world is in a financial situation, period. Pay attention to what you're paying attention to. So there are sellers who have a home on the market that need to sell. Some of these sellers perhaps have been misguided on the value of their home. Perhaps they either weren't aware of the market and how it has shifted now 2 years ago. Maybe their agent, whoever is representing them, also wasn't aware or really didn't do their due diligence in pricing. Whenever you overprice a home, then you're trying to chase the market down to get that home priced correctly as the market continues to shift. We've seen the market continue to shift and adjust since June of 2022. What I am fascinated at is that here in Houston, Texas, we normally have seen like an average of about 3.9% housing appreciation kind of throughout history. Lately, we're not seeing any appreciation, not very much, which I'm about to show you, and really none expected throughout the rest of this year. Now, then you'll hear some predictions about, oh, we're going to actually see home values fall. Not necessarily home values fall. What you're going to see, we're not going to see the value of the home fall. What you're seeing happening, homes are sitting because there are fewer buyers out there buying homes at this interest rate. There just are. There's people in financial situations that are like, I can't afford a house now. I don't have any money. My credit got dinged because I've had to live on my credit cards. There's all kinds of things going on right now. So our audience is smaller. That's just the facts. Secondly, a lot of the sellers, again, maybe priced on the higher side and based on some other statistic. When the market started shifting in June of 22, home prices were at a certain era or a certain range because of the COVID market that changed dramatically. And then as 22 progressed and we continued to see homes sit, and now 23 rolled along and we had a little bit better of a market, but not much. Homes were still sitting on the market. A lot of them. Homes were selling. Yes, they're always going to sell, period. They're always going to sell. Fewer homes, though, for sure. Now we're in mid 2024. What is the market doing? It's kind of showing a lot of signs, similarities of 2023. So I want to show you guys when you're looking at why homes are sitting. Number one, because of what I just said, there's fewer buyers out there, but some homes have been overpriced. I want to show you this graph. Now, I am obsessed with the market and what it's doing. Let me pull my graph back up. Sorry. What it's doing. So when you look at this, like this is the first page of our graph. What I want you to see here, this graph, this is, of course, the Houston area. So it's going to be different for your area, of course. Let me make it bigger so you can see it better because it's super important that you understand this. I find it fascinating. So what you're going to see here is the appreciation since 2004 on this graph. On the left side of the screen, this is appreciation. It starts from 0% all the way to 180%. If you look at this big circle here, where my cursor is, there's been 168.8% increase since 04. But now go back to the beginning. Here is 04. This is a housing appreciation annual, 4.2. I'm going to move along. Here's 05, 6, 7 had a mortgage industry crash in '08. Boom, down, right? Okay. '09, we started selling some homes again, a little bit of appreciation. 10, back down. 11, a little bit less than 1%. 12, up. 13, up. 14, up. Look at that. 3 years of up, up, up. 3 years of negative to flat, well, 4 really. Steady growth prior to that, like little bit, little bit, little bit. Now here we are, 2015. Think back at the times if you were in Houston during that time, and if you're in real estate, you really think about it. There was an oil dip, right? 15, 16, that was when the oil dip was. Housing appreciation, low. 17, up a little bit. 18, little bit. Here we go. Now we're starting to move up. 19, some progression, right? 20 starts to be good, 7%. Look here, 21, COVID, 13%, like unheard of, right? Never seen this since, well, 2013, there was 11%. Here's 13. 2023, or 22, sorry, 22, 10%. Now, remember what I just said, the market started to shift in June of 22. So this annual appreciation here, a lot of that is based on that first part of the year when home prices were still like, people were paying a lot more for homes than they were worth, of course. So this 10% appreciation is reflective of that. Now, 2023, look at our housing appreciation, 2.9. Look at this year, 24. Non-existent, right? All right, check this out. So let me show you something on the graph. So you'll see, let me show you here, annual appreciation average of 4.8. I said 3.9. 3.9 is about right, but 4.8, that's because of these big spikes, okay? Now, let me show you page 2. And I get this from Focus First. If you're in real estate, you should use Focus First. It's really a very cool tool to use for understanding the market and what the market's doing. All right. Here we are, second page. Now, this one goes back to 1992, okay? Here is the years along the bottom. This is appreciation on the left. Follow the cycles. Real estate's very cyclical. 92, 2.9%. Down, down, up, up, up. Y'all see this? Big jump up in 1998, 1999. Big jump then, 8 to 9% for sure. Back down again, 2000, 2001. Remember, everyone thought the world was going to end when 2000 rolled along. So the market dipped, continued to dip, dip, dip. Started to rise again in 04, 05. That was the subprime market was going strong. I was in the subprime market. I was a lender during this era here. 4, 5, 6, 7. I was a lender during that era. So during that time, interest rates were 6.5 was a good rate. 6.25 was amazing. 6, and you were freaking loving life if you could get a 6% interest rate during this time. People were paying 7.5, 8.5 all day long. 9, 9.5, 10. No, not even thinking anything about it during this time. 08, mortgage industry crash. Boom, right? 09, up some, right? 10, crash. And then we rise again. 11, here's 12 and 13. Look at that. So in 2013, that was our largest housing appreciation. Remember, this is local, Houston, Woodlands, Sugar Land. Almost 12%. Unseen. I've never seen that before, right? Look at the history of real estate. Down to 10% the next year. Now look at the drop. In 2014, this is when oil, I just showed you guys this, when oil dipped. Look at the dip. Home values dipped, right? Because they did. Like my own house during that era went down $50,000 in 3 months value, in 3 months. So here we go. Dip, 2.5%. Next year, tiny growth, 2.7. Next year, 2017, up 5%. 18, down. 19, up. 20, up. Look at this freaking jump. 21, COVID. So if you're a home seller, And first of all, if you bought your home in 2021 and you paid this kind of appreciation, is your home still worth that today? Maybe, maybe not. That's a whole nother conversation. I'm showing you this because number one, if you're in real estate, you need to understand the market is cyclical. Look at this stuff. 22, 10%, still freaking good, but understand the market. It only was good for the first 6 months of the year because look at the dip. Boom, 2023. When you look at graphs like this, but look, there's a lot of similarities in 3 years. 3 years. Look at these things. There's a lot of similarities in the 3-year cycle, okay? So I will tell you this negative number right here in 24, don't let that scare you like, oh my gosh, my home value has gone down. It's not that your home value has gone down. It may have. I mean, for sure. It may have gone down if you bought in 21 or the first part of 22. And I'd have to look at the numbers and see. But if you're thinking of selling or your home's on the market right now and you came up with some wild ass guess as to what your home was really worth, you really need to listen to your agent if they're an expert at this and they study these numbers and these graphs like I do, because this stuff matters. Just because your home was worth 500,000 in 22, first part of 22 or 21, doesn't mean it could be worth that today. And it certainly doesn't mean it's appreciated because as you see, last year in 23, there was very little appreciation. This year, there's been none. There's actually been negative. So y'all, in the real estate world, it's cyclical. I just showed you that, a graph all the way back to 1992. Now, if you're in another state and another city, I can get you those graphs or point you in the direction. But what I want you to know that this too shall pass. The purpose of this video is to show you the pattern. The patterns are disruptive. There's no set cycle. There's no set graph where every year there's year over year appreciation. There's not, nor is there year over year depreciation. It's up, it's down. We're in an election year, okay? It's the wild, wild west right now. We got all kinds of crazy stuff going on in our world. It's June 2024. I will tell you that if you want to buy a house, go buy a freaking house because it's a great time because the sellers are willing to contribute. In a national level right now, 50% of transactions being sold, homes being sold, it shows, the market data shows that the sellers have contributed, meaning given money back to the buyers to help them with their closing costs in the form of maybe buying down their interest rate, making a repair to the house, some kind of a incentive to help them because everybody needs a little help right now. This isn't going to last forever. I just showed you patterns are disruptive. So if you're a buyer, get out there, make offers on homes. Who says that home's worth 400,000? Maybe it's worth 320. Maybe you can get it for 310. Maybe you can't, but you don't know if you don't try. And interest rates, they're ever changing. I just told you an era where 6.5 was great. 6 was amazing. You'd kill for 6. 7.25 was the norm. We did it for years, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of applications every year at that rate. So don't be freaking out because of where interest rates are today. This too shall pass. Get out there and buy a home. And if you're a home seller, grace and patience. If you're not in one of those pockets or zip codes, because it's certain zip codes where homes are selling, honestly, if you're not in one of those, don't be beating your real estate agent up if they're really doing their job and they're marketing their home and they're doing all they can. They can't make someone buy your home. They can't make someone come to an open house. You've got to have some grace and work together. Allow showings. Keep your house in showing condition. Don't smoke in your house. Don't have your yard looking like crap. Don't decline any showing. Don't decline open houses. Everything matters right now in this market. If you're in one of those pockets where homes are selling quickly, thank the Lord. Be super happy because that's not the norm. I'm Tricia Turner. If y'all want to know more about your house, about the market, I'm obsessed with it because it's my job. And I got to take care of my family and my company. It all hinges on me understanding the market and what to expect. So you can follow us all over social media. You can reach out. You want to schedule a call to be part of our company. You can go to calltriciaturner.com. You can reach out to me on all social sites. Just reach out to one of our agents. We're just here to help and grow. We believe that we're better together, and we believe that you guys need to be trained at the highest level. If you're a real estate agent and no one's helping you, we're here. And if you're a home buyer and a home seller, I'll help you out. Like, there's a lot of people out there hurting, and we're just here to help and make a difference. Have an amazing day, guys. Remember, there's brighter days ahead.